What's good, y'all? About to send this link out. Give me 1 second. About to send this link out, then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me see how we sounding first. Test, 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 test. Test, test, test. Test, 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 test. Alright, we sound cool. Test, 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 test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Man, I just woke up. My alarm, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I might have just turned it off. I don't know what happened. But all I know, let me fix this mic really quick. Test, test, test. Let me see how that sounds real quick. Let them know, Trader Blue. Oh, that sounds better. Let them know, Trader Blue. Yeah, but I woke up to all TPs hit, kept letting it push, and that thing ended up tanking. We rode this entire wave down this entire week. GJ ended up taking as well, but we took the EJ positions. As you know, we've been riding the EJ positions this entire week since last week on Thursday and Friday. And yeah, I was expecting it to do something. I was expecting this to happen tomorrow, to be honest, during the news event. Because if for the downtrend to continue, we was going to need to break this level here. But price decided to do that last night. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens the rest of today. Because looking at, let's see what we got going on today. I mean, we got an unemployment claims at 8:30. That's pretty much it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. With the JPY pair, since it already tanked this hard just through one session, and London session did just start, and then we got New York session. So we're going to see a few things happen. We're either going to see an abnormally large candlestick, and price might continue to tank, or it might chill here or do some retracements before or during New York session, because it's already been a huge move. And this was just Tokyo session alone. And we entered at the beginning of Tokyo session too. We entered at like 8 o'clock. So this was a crazy ass move right here. Oh, it's rainy. That's what's up. I could use some rain over here. It rained like a couple weeks ago over here. How you feeling though, John? What's going on, Chase? What's going on, Grand Rising? How you feeling? How you feeling? So yeah, we're gonna let this ride out. So this was a 1 to 6 risk reward. One was a 7 times the risk on this setup alone, which was a crazy move. You already know we took this EJ setup yesterday. And then of course, you know, Monday we took these EJ setups. So I might do a video on this. Not today though. I got another video for y'all later on today. So we're gonna be looking for some more setups. The New Zealand pairs have kind of been just consolidating, so it's gonna be interesting to see what happens today. Again, this is a strong support level. This is the furthest price went last time we was catching those sells as well. Then this is when the uptrend began, and now we're right back where we left off. So it looks like it might try to break that level, but it's been struggling this week to kind of hold that level of resistance. So as far as Ian, I'm looking at Ian right here. If we can break and hold below 75.50, 75.40, we can look for sales going down to 74.50. So let me get rid of some of these lines. We don't need all this stuff right here. So we're going to be looking to see if we can break back below this level right here. Let's get rid of all this. Let's see what GN is looking like. Y'all got any questions up in the chat? When looking at any charts, up in the chat. I'm just going to do the same thing. Oops. Did TradingView update, or am I just not fully awake? Because I feel like this is not what the alerts looks like yesterday. Let me know if I'm bugging y'all, but I feel like that's not what the alerts looks like. I don't know. I feel like I'm bugging y'all. Ooh, price is just still tanking on GJ as well. Yeah, price is just still going, which is crazy. We got a new 15 that just started. We're looking for some more setups, y'all, but we're just waiting for volume. The JPY pair is the only one's kind of moving right now. Let's put this back on EM. Yeah, things are tracing up. So I gotta update it, but it's pretty up to date from yesterday. I did the recap yesterday in it. So we're 3-0. Well, we're 4-0 now. We're 4-0 for the week so far. So this is how we did yesterday. We took another EJ sell yesterday, caught 57 pips. Then we took an EN sell, TP5 got hit, caught 49 pips. We took this EJ sell last night. This was the EJ sell we was talking about yesterday. Then as far as what's today, Thursday. So as far as Tuesday, we took this another EJ sell, and then Monday, we took an EJ sell, 80 pips. So we're like 4-0 this week. How we did last week, we went 9-0 last week, caught 9,057 pips. And then how we did last month for November, we went 22-1, give us a 96% win rate. We got 58,068 pips, 57,798 pips strictly with the members in advanced play signal room. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of November. How we did October, we went 32-5, gives us an 86% win rate. Caught 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members in advanced play signal room. So you check all that stuff out. Every trade post has got the date, time. We entered the trade, personal entry, SL, TPs, how many people viewed it into the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit. I do the recap of the day at the end of every day, recap the week at the end of every week, recap the month at the end of every month. And we also drop the Sunday chart analysis at the beginning of every week. And we all watch the Sunday chart analysis. A lot of things are going as projected or have been going as projected this entire week. It's kind of crazy how it's Thursday already. But yeah, that's how we're doing so far this week, this month, all that good stuff. So yeah, EN and GN are just rejecting that level, so not too much we can do about that. So yeah, we're just in this position still. I would have added another position, but I went to sleep after all TPC. I just put my SL on profit, and yeah, that thing just ended up tanking. Did not expect that to happen. We caught the entire move, of course, we entered it during Tokyo, so when the markets reopened, I think tanked. So we would have been catching the entire drop all this week as well as last week. This was a crazy move right here. So yeah, we're just chilling in this right now. How is gold? How is gold? Gold's just been playing around, which is why we haven't been trading it. Like I mentioned, like I've been talking about all this week, especially the beginning of the week, we broke those all-time highs, and after that, price did a huge retracement on Sunday and Monday. And then we look at, yesterday as well as Tuesday, this is all prices done. So did that retest, it's chilling right here. So again, the game plan has not changed at all because we look at gold, nothing has changed. It's still just been chilling on the support level. Like I said, I'm not really looking for buys unless price breaks above 2040. Then I can look for possible buys going to 2060, 2066. Or if price breaks below this level, 2020, I'm going to see how it reacts between 2020 to 2004 to determine if, the reversal or downshift is going to begin. But I just been leaving it alone right now. Right, kind of the same thing with the indices. They kind of haven't done anything major or too crazy this week. They kind of just been chilling, right? So just waiting for price to break those next levels, but nothing's really changed. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We'll charge, drop them in the chat. Still going, just crazy. Below. I just gotta be more consistent with posting, which is what I've been doing. I appreciate that though, but we're gonna get there. I'm not tripping too much. Yeah, we're gonna blow up next year. Next year's gonna be crazy. I can already see it. Now I've just been looking at the views and engagement and stuff, so I just keep on being consistent. It's just gonna snowball effect. But we're a lot bigger than we was last year, that's for sure. But yeah, we're just chilling in this. Like I said, we're looking at some other setups, but price isn't really doing too much right now, so nothing we can do about that. Because you already know we don't force setups, we don't chase trades, we just patiently wait for price to show us what it's trying to do, where it's going to go, and then we just let it do its thing. If you haven't seen the most recent video, make sure to check it out. I'm about to drop that in the chat. I dropped this like a day or two ago. Make sure to check this video out, y'all. I got another video in the works. I'm gonna have that pushed out to y'all today. I just gotta finish editing it. I'm probably gonna finish editing it probably after the stream and stuff. Those are just doing a stream. We're in this trade currently. We haven't taken any trades this session yet. We took this during Tokyo session. Because those that don't know, because I know we got a lot of new people. So we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. London session, obviously, is open for everybody as well as New York. But the free channel only gets around 25, sometimes 50% of the trades. Members always get the first signal of the day. And that's not including Tokyo session. Tokyo session is separate from that. So as far as London session goes, so we find one trade in London session, that's going to go to the members. But we find two setups between London and New York. The second setup's going to go in the free channel. That's pretty much how it works. But yeah, so EJ's still kind of going, and GJ's going as well. We can look at GJ also. Why do I got two NAS100 charts up? That's kind of weird. But GJ did the same move last night. I just like EJ better, but GJ did the same thing. And shout out to, I don't know if Abdullah's in here, but members, watch yesterday's live because we went live during the news event on Wednesday, which was yesterday. It's still weird how it's already Thursday. But we went over that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So we watched the video, you know what we're talking about. So I don't know if he kept on holding, but that thing ended up tanking as well. So we can talk about what we can see possibly happen going throughout the rest of today. Like I was saying before, looking at EJ and GJ, we can obviously see and compare this candlestick compared to other candlesticks from last week, this week, etc. And we look at just literally what's been going on this year. This isn't usually the size of a candlestick, right? So price is only going to do one of two things when you see price already have a huge candlestick like this on the daily when the day just started, right? Because again, it's just Tokyo session. We're in London session. London session literally just started 40 minutes ago, and then we still have New York session. So price is either going to continue to tank like it is right now, or it's going to start consolidating either this session or New York session, or we're going to see some retracements in between the next two sessions. That's what I can see happening, right? So we got in at the beginning of the wave, so we really got to worry about that. We just got to SL and profit and let price do what's going to do. You know what I'm saying? But as far as people looking for setups, do keep in mind that it already did a huge move. So it could try to do, what people call fake outs, or it could just consolidate and chill. Because again, you got to understand what we're looking at here. These aren't just charts. These are real values. These are real currencies. These are real stocks. Gold's a real thing, right? So price can't just forever, tank or forever shoot up and rocket up to the sky. You know what I'm saying? That's what these retracements, consolidations are for, and these corrections. Because if price just continuously shot to the downside or continuously shot to the upside, it would, crash the markets. But we're going to look for some more setups, but, we're just patiently waiting like usual. Just patiently waiting. See what this other indices are doing. Speaking of indices, there's 30 kind of chart right there as well. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at the charts, drop in the chat. I'm going to move my alerts on these. Yeah, so depending on what happens today and tomorrow, we could see a possible reversal happen with these indices. Still got to break this next level though before we can confirm that. Which is also why I've been patient, not really been taking any setups in those. Because again, when you look for setups, you shouldn't take trades like, oh, let's see what happens, or it could do this, or it can do that. Every trade you take, you should have full confidence that's going to go the direction you're going. And then again, you want to look for high probability, high quality setups. So if it's in like a spot where it's kind of iffy or either way, you want to wait for price to show you those extra confirmations to show you that, okay, it's going this way or it's going that way. Or just simply go on another chart that has a better looking setup, which is what we've been doing this week. What's a possible resistance for EJ? I mean, we broken them. So that's another thing. So watch this video. That's not just for you, Trader Blue, but it's for everybody. So I dropped a video, I think last week, like going over like support resistance and things like that. So let me post this right here. Gotta drop this in the chat right now. right? But support levels are resistance levels are support. Strong support can turn to a strong resistance can turn to a strong support. So a good example is literally look right here. EJ was trading this level yesterday as support. Price was treating this level as resistance, right? But guess what? Price treats level as support, but we waited for what? Price to break this level, treat it as resistance, and then guess what? It went from support to resistance. This level was being treated as support, broke below it, went from support to resistance. This level was being treated as support, went from support to resistance. So as far as I can tell you what the next level we're looking at is, which is 156 of 10, 156.15. So that's the next level I'm looking at for price to go to 156, 156.15. Right now we're up 7, almost 8 times our risk on this position, which is insane. Especially those that are on the same time zone, safe part of the world as I am, because it's nighttime. Well, it was nighttime during Tokyo session. Again, that was like 8 o'clock, 2000 when we took this trade. So, after all TPs got hit, I took a little nap before, London session, and then I woke up to EJ and GJ going crazy. So I can show the signal really quick as well. As again, this is an old signal. Nobody take this. This is an old signal. All right, all TPs already got hit and all that good stuff. I can just show you the position we took yesterday. All right, so this is the trade we took yesterday. So we entered at the beginning of Tokyo session at 8 o'clock, 8:05 p.m. Took that sell into the 158.40. Obviously, you see all TPs got hit. And I was showing them how we rolled the entire wave all this week. And then you already know the day before that, we took an EJ sell as well as that EN sell. Here's that EN sell we was talking about in the recap yesterday. There was that EJ sell. And then we took another EJ sell the day before that. Then we took an EJ sell the week before that, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we've just been going crazy. We're on a huge ass win streak right now. I'm not gonna lie, we've been going crazy. But we literally caught the entire EJ wave down since last week, and we've just been, exactly what I talk to y'all about all the time. You don't want to try to beat price. You don't want to go against price. You want to use price. You just want to be a surfer in the current. You just want to be a leaf in the current, surfer on the board, riding the wave. That's all you want to do. You don't want to go against the wave. Bro, I found you on Insta tonight. You inspire me. That's what's up. I appreciate that. But don't let me just inspire you. You know what I'm saying? Do something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do this stuff, to show you how it's possible. Because you see a lot of videos of people faking stuff, or showing half truths, half lies. But it's completely different when we go live every day. You see me break this stuff down every day, or even the Sunday chart analysis. You watch the Sunday chart analysis. I projected all this going down on Sunday. We're on Thursday now, and price has literally done nothing but tank to the downside, both EJ and GJ. But the reason why I'm able to do this is literally just rinse and repeat. This ain't just magically happened because I wanted it to. Like, there's a lot of trial and error. Like, a lot of people know I got a lot of new people, but all the stuff I go over and teach y'all, I literally had to teach myself. So I had to learn all these lessons the hard way. So that's why I put so much emphasis on the stuff I talk about, because literally everything I tell y'all to do is because I do it. Everything I tell you don't do is because I don't do it. I used to do it. I know what happens when you do it, which is why I exactly don't do it anymore. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, we're about to go look at some other charts, see if there's anything we can possibly hop in on. But it looks like not at this moment. But we're gonna keep on looking and see what's going on. Yeah, the AUD pairs are still a mess, so we can't really do too much about that. Y'all got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at any charts. Drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling right now. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if we can break this level here. Got an alert, so I'm just waiting to see if we can break that level. That price is going crazy right now. Let me see what we got here. What's my sleep schedule? It depends, but I get usually around 4 hours of sleep, sometimes 6, not in a row. I kind of take like naps. I don't really sleep like that, to be honest. But I've always been like that, so that's why I kind of like trading because it kind of fits my schedule. Especially that's why I like London session as well as Tokyo session. That's probably why I'm also not against it because I've always been a night owl. Like, I used to always work graveyard shifts a lot. I mean, I worked regular day shifts as well, but I was not against graveyard shifts, especially back in the day, because usually graveyard shifts they pay more. Than plus, it'd be chill jobs. But I've always been a night owl, so when I stopped working graveyard, I was working day jobs. Again, I had to try to figure out time, especially when I was working 2 jobs. I had to figure out a time and a schedule to go on the charts, to trade, to practice. And Tokyo and London session worked for me because I could do those before like my main jobs or do those before I went to work, things like that. But usually I'll sleep when markets close. I'll take a nap when markets close, and I'll take like a little nap like in the middle of Tokyo session before London session. But yeah, I usually get like 4 to 6 hours of sleep a day. The weekends when I really sleep in, I don't really sleep that much. Let me see what we got in here. Any advice on funded accounts? I just got funded. Hey, shout out to you, Chase. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to you, Chase. Any tips? I got a few videos actually. I was thinking about making a new one because I just passed another challenge as well the other day. I sent that to the members. So I was like, should I make another video breaking down how to do it? So I might do it. I'm still gonna answer your question. I got you. But I was just thinking about making another video as well because I haven't done that in a while. I'm waiting for them to send me my master account too. If they don't send that today, I'm gonna contact them. But so basically, what you want to do with the funded account, you treat it like any other account. Only thing that's different between a funded and a personal account is there's a lot of more rules. There's a lot more strict. It kind of forces you to make smart decisions. And of course, you can't risk more than 5% a day, 10% overall for the most part. So what you want to do is it's the same thing. So I kind of went over this like I'm gonna try to find a video that kind of helps break down. I kind of went over in this video. I think no, this one. So I got a video on my channel. I'm gonna drop in the chat how to double your trading account in 2 weeks. So I kind of go over that in that video as well. But basically, what you want to do is you want to risk 1% per trade, right? You just want to risk 1% per trade, no more than 2 trades a day, and you want to go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setup. Once you're up 2 to 3 times your risk, close the trade. Because with funded accounts, especially, I'm a lot more strict on my funded accounts than my personal accounts. My personal accounts, I might let a little bit more profit slip away from me. I might, hold trades a little bit longer. But with funded accounts, I have a set number based on risk reward, usually 2 to 3 times my risk that I want to make, and I have a minimum number that I want to make, which you should also have with your personal accounts. But I have multiple accounts, so it's a little bit different compared to most people, especially when they're first starting. They only have like one account, maybe one account, one funded account. So what you want to focus on is securing as much capital as possible without letting too much go away. So just take 1 trade a day. Go over in that video, but you want to take 1 trade a day over 1 to 2, 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. And then while you're doing that, let me go back to your comments so people know what we're talking about. And in doing that, you could be basically making 2 to 3% of your account per day. So at the end of every week, at the end of every month, you should be up, 10, sometimes 20% of your account, depending on what you do. So I say this, some people think that it's crazy, but it's not. It's just simple math. So if there's 5 trading days in a week, and you're making 2 to 3 times your risk, which is going to be 2 to 3% a day. Literally, what's 2 times 5? So that's 10%. So if you do that every single week, every 2 weeks you get that payout. You can make essentially 20% every 2 weeks, 40% a month. So then once you get that capital, what a lot of people do is they rely on the funded accounts No, you want to continue to use the funded account. But there's a few things you can do when you get your first payout. You can either you're going to reinvest one way or another, but there's different ways you can reinvest. So you can either reinvest, use that payout to either buy the same challenge that you just passed with that refund on top of that, or you can buy a bigger challenge with the refund and the payout. So you're essentially getting that for free, right? And then once you do that, then when you have your second account, you do the same thing to pass your second account, and then now you got two funded accounts that are giving you payouts, right? So then when you get your next payout on your first account, you can do the same thing, reinvest and buy another big challenge account, or you can use that and put that into a personal account. Now, I'm not saying use all the money and don't, put any in your bank account, but you want to reinvest and let the money keep on compounding. Because a lot of reasons why people get funded accounts to begin with is because they aren't like a lot of people that, either just have the money or, accumulate the money to have a 5-figure or even a 6-figure account to trade with. So you want to use the funded account to basically make your own personal funded account, aka your own personal 5 to 6-figure account. And then you can risk more than 1% on your personal account, and they just want to rinse and repeat. And the beautiful thing about funded accounts is when you know what you're doing, you're patient, you're not over leveraging, you basically have free money. They're basically paying you to do what you was already doing. You get what I'm saying? And then the account is free after the first payout because you get a refund and then you get a payout. So even if the worst case scenario happens is you violate the account, it's not like you lost any money because you already got the refund back and then you made some money. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like free money at that point. So that's what I would do with funded accounts. That's what I do with funded accounts. Good question, though. Yes, I do trade Asian session. That's what we took this trade. We took this trade last night during Asian session. I trade Asian session exclusively with the members, London session, and New York session. We trade all sessions because markets only close 1 hour a day throughout the week. Like I always tell y'all, there's opportunities literally everywhere. As long as the markets are open, there's opportunities. Obviously, there's slow days, but there's slow times and days between all sessions on all charts. But for the most part, the setups during every session. Euro USD. We can take a look at Euro USD. I actually just had an alert on GU go off, so we can take a look at those. All right, so we have bearish momentum with EU and possibly GU coming up as well. Again, we was bullish here, failed to make another higher high. This failed to hold as a higher low. So what did we see happen? We saw lower low. So we got a retracement going on. So this is what we can see happen with EU. Right. So this is what we can do right here. We can look for a possible sell if price can hold this level as resistance, because we see price was holding this level as support, broke below. So after retest, the price can continue to hold 780, 785 as a resistance. We can look for sales going down to 745, 750. And if we can break 745, we can see 700 get hit. That's what we're looking at for Euro USD. I wouldn't really look for buys, especially long-term buys, unless price breaks back above 850 and holds that as a support. But we're looking for possible sells right now on GU and EU, depending on what it does with these next couple levels. Excuse me. And then GU's kind of late. The party is not as big as a drop like EU, but kind of the same thing we're looking at. That's why I got these alerts. I'm just watching to see how it reacts to these next couple levels right here. And then indices, we're looking at possible sells as well. But again, we're just waiting to see how it reacts to those next levels. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Hit that first link and check that out for yourselves. We're going to pull that up in a little bit. I'm going to catch up to the chat, and then we can pull it up in a little bit. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Enter this EJ sell last night during Tokyo session. We're up 7 times, almost 8 times our risk. We entered at the beginning of the candlestick because obviously market closes within New York, reopens Australian Tokyo session. We entered up here. We caught the entire daily candlestick. We've been riding the entire wave down all this week since like Thursday, Friday last week, in fact. And again, this is another example of what I always tell y'all to do, is just follow the flow of price. Got to follow the flow of price. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Y'all see it on the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram's playmaker_way, TikTok's _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. You can also contact me directly on Instagram. Please start doing a Christmas discount. I don't know. I might do a beginning of the year. I might do one. We'll see. I don't know. Because honestly, I was doing sales for the longest time. So this is like I haven't done a set in a couple of months. But for the most part, I know obviously not everybody's been here since the year or last quarter and things like that. But it's the first time in a few months that I haven't had a sale. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I've been thinking about it. We'll see. Let me see. No sleep. No sleep. No sleep. You don't need to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Let me see here. Yes, congrats on the phone account. I appreciate that, Chase. But yeah, and again, what I like to do is you got to map out your game plan, because a lot of people get caught up in the present, where trading, just like a lot of things in life's long-term game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you literally map out and do the math and see, like, okay, if I make this amount every day, you close at this amount this day, close out at this amount this day, close at this amount this day, this amount this day. At the end of the week, I'm gonna have this much. If I do this for 2 weeks, then I'm gonna have this much. If I do this for 4 weeks, I'm gonna have this much. And if I keep on doing this every month, I can make this much in 3 months, this much in 6 months. And when you really see the long-term goal, it's going to kind of help you keep on track as well as stay disciplined versus, you know, you just keep on looking at what's going on today instead of like looking ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? That's what helps me with trading. No, I'm full-time. I've been full-time for about 2 years now. 2 going on 3 years. I've been full-time for a minute. I might do other stuff as well. I'm working on some other stuff, but as far as like, you know, 9 to 5 or clocking in for somebody else, I don't do that anymore. Let them know. Let them know. Do you always catch trades during New York session? Yeah, I'm on the charts. New York session every day, London session every day, Tokyo session every day. So broker, hit the description. Everything's in the description. The free signal is in the description. What you call it? Services in the description. Brokers in the description. Everything's in the description. Did I go over US30? No, we can go over US30. We can go over US30. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about brokers too. I don't know what's been going on with some brokers. But yeah, everything's in the description. So as far as the indices of US30, we can see some possible sells coming to play. Now US30 is still bullish because, you know, it hasn't broken the bullish cycle. It had that huge push up last week that we caught as well. But if it breaks below 35,980, it starts treating as resistance, we could see possible sells going down to 35,830. But as far as US30, I'm not looking for setups on US30. I'd rather look for setups on NAS or SPX, simply because, again, let me grab my charger really quick. So hold that. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my charger. All right, test, test, test. We back in business. Let me make sure the mic's still good. All right, cool. It is. All right, so the reason why I say that is because again, you want to go for something that will give you a high probability setup. So I see price on NASDAQ SPX showing closer to bearish momentum or closer to lower lows getting made. So that's why I'd rather look at those two for possible sell setups versus US30, even though there is a chance they could potentially do the same thing. But we can also see on the daily time frame the past few weeks, they kind of been showing their own behaviors at the same time. So as far as NAS, I'm watching and waiting for a couple of things to happen. If price can break and hold 15,950, 15,960 as support, I'm going to look for buys again. But if price breaks this support level, starts trading as resistance at around 15,760, then we'll look for sells going down to 15,600. So that's what I'm personally looking for with the indices. Now, we do got a news event today at 8:30. We got unemployment claims, and then tomorrow we got an Italian holiday, and then we got a bunch of USD news popping up tomorrow to end the week. So it's going to be interesting to see what today and tomorrow does. Again, I'm looking for some other setups, but as we see, price is kind of just dancing and chilling on these other charts, so there's not too much we can do about that. Make sure to hit that like button too, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button too. All right, so Ian looks like it might try to do something. Oh. So let's see. Let me see what GM's looking like as well. Move this alert down. Some of these right here. I'm gonna look for another setup on this right here. Abdullah, I was just talking about you. Are you still holding that GA position that you took yesterday, or did you close after your TP got hit? Because you kept on holding that thing tanked. Obviously, we took EJ last night, but I know you was taking a GJ position during New York yesterday when we went live, and that thing went crazy. But we can look at gold though. So gold hasn't really changed. The setups, the game plan is still the same. I'm just waiting for it to do one of two things. I'm waiting for it to either break above 2040, 2042, where I can look for buys, or if price breaks below 2020, 2018, I'm gonna look for sells. So we're not just breaking. If it holds this as resistance, holds this as support. So that's what I'm just patiently waiting on. Because if we look at this week, literally all this week, price has just been dancing. So it hasn't really done much. So I'm waiting for it to do something. So. My boy, yeah, I know you made some bread off that. I know, because I actually have your markup still up here. So we look at where you entered at. That was funny because earlier in the stream I was talking about what you wasn't in here earlier. You entered up here. This isn't my trade. This is the trade I did. Because members, you watched the live from yesterday. He was like, "Hey, this is my setup. What you think about it?" We went over it, but that surely changed from a 1-to-1 to a 1-to-6, almost 1-to-7. So that's a, shout out to you. You got a nice move right there. But yeah, they're still going. These are retests. They're still moving. Just letting them do their thing right now. We're looking for a possible EN setup if we can hold this level back as resistance. Because I tried to about an hour or two ago, failed to do so. So we're going to see if we can do it coming up. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we look at these charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure if you haven't watched my most recent video to check that out. All right. Make sure to hit that sub button. We're almost at 2K subs. We don't just do this every day, but we also post weekly content from trade breakdowns, trading tip videos, trade psychology videos, trading plan videos. got a video for almost everything. If I don't got a video for it yet, I just simply ain't make one yet. So while we're live, you know how YouTube works. Y'all go ahead and hit that profile, that blue logo, explore the channel, explore the playlist, all that good stuff. I know I haven't done any votes, but that's because I have like a huge list of videos that I'm kind of trying to push out and knock out. But I might do a poll next week for y'all, so y'all can still, vote for, at least one of the videos. Like I said, I'm not waiting for 2024. A lot of people, the New Year's resolutions. Screw New Year's resolutions. When you got a game plan or a goal, don't be like, don't put it off. Because when you put it off, you're gonna put it off again. You're just gonna keep on putting it off. I used to be a procrastination assassin back in the day. I used to be terrible when it came to procrastinating. But I watched this video one day, and it really resonated with me. It was this gentleman. He was basically like, obviously this isn't going to apply too much, but it's still relevant to the point I'm trying to make. But he was like, if it's going to take you less than 5 minutes to do it, just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing like with your goals. Don't be like, oh, I'm going to wait till New Year's, or I'm going to wait till this month, next month. Start it that day. Start it that night. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing with 2024. We're going to be taking over next year for sure. But we're starting that right now. So that's what y'all want to do with y'all's goals as well. But yeah, so we're looking for possible EN sell. If we can break this level, we got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. We got a new 15 about to pop up in about 5 minutes. So you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. We're looking at charts, drop in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Go to free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. You hit that first link. You can check that out for yourself. You scroll up to December 5th. You can see how we did last month for November. Last month we went 22-1. Only took one loss last month, giving us a 96% win rate. Got a total of 58,068 pips, 57,798 pips strictly with the members in advanced place signaling. How we did the month before that, October, we went 32-5, giving us an 86% win rate. Got 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members in advanced place signal. So that's how we're doing this quarter. Now, if you scroll to if you scroll to October 8th, then you'll see how we did last quarter, which we're about to pull up right now. Every trade's got the date, the time that it was entered, my personal entry, SL, the time the trade was in, time to enter the trade, TPs, reactions, TPs getting hit. And before I post the first signal of the day in the free channel, I always post this disclaimer. And then every Sunday, I drop a Sunday chart analysis. But if you scroll to October 8th, you will see how we did last quarter. So that's July, August, and September. July, we went 34-3. Only took 3 losses July, got 105,389 pips. August, we went 45-7. Caught 219,708 pips. And in September, we went 27-4. Caught 16,634 pips. And in the quarter, 106 wins, 14 losses. Gives us an 88% win rate for the quarter. That's all 3 months combined. And then we caught 341,731 pips, 323,385 strictly with the members in advanced place signal. Hit that first link and check it out for yourself. You click this pin message here. It will take you to literally last year. We're in 2022, and you can see how we've been doing this for literally over a year straight, averaging high 80, high 90% win rates on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis. You go to photos, you'll see daily screenshots of positions, student results, testimonials, screenshots of signals, all that good stuff. So make sure to check that stuff out. It's over 1,000 photos of just receipts on receipts on receipts. You can check all that stuff out. But yeah, I don't really like going through all that, like people just look and see for themselves. But I might click through a few of those later on. But I'm more interested in trying to see if Ian is going to be ready for us this next couple candlesticks. When you pull out a long short position, drawing on your charts, is that you calling out a trade, or we must wait for you to actually say it? So These are just my trade ideas. These are just my trade ideas. I usually state when I enter a trade, and one way to kind of know if I'm in a position or not is, for example, if it's on candlesticks. So you see how it's to the right of the candlesticks. That's because I'm not in it. So if it was like this, I'd be in it. Or if it was like this, I'm in it. Or if it was like this, I'm in it. Or if it's like this, I'm in it. So these are just trade ideas. So that's all I suggest y'all do as well. Because again, before I take a trade, there's a few things I'm looking for. One, to see visually what my trade idea is looking like. Also, to make sure that I have a good risk reward. Because like I always talk about, you want to have at least a 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setup. So I'm literally just doing that so I can map out visually what my game plan is, and also just to, because I go through a lot of different charts. So I flip back and forth, I can just have it there. But no, I'm not in this yet. I took the trade on this yesterday, and the trade is still valid, but most people got wicked out because it did 2 retracements. So yeah, that's just a trade idea. I'm not in this trade yet. Well, I got a video. I got a bunch of videos breaking that down. But first, what is your initial balance? Because $28, depending on your balance, could be a good amount, could be a low amount. So what's your account balance? That's the first thing. Like I just said, y'all, I got a video for damn near everything. So I'm still gonna answer your question, but I can't just answer it based how fat. I need more information. But this video right here, this isn't just for you, it's for everybody. I literally have a video that I just dropped in the chat titled How to Never Blow Your Account Again. All right. That video is relevant to what we're talking about, as well as the video I dropped earlier, which is how to double your account in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna drop that video in the chat again as well. But I'm gonna drop one more in the chat as well. That's kind of relevant to what we're talking about, which is fix your trading psychology in 8 minutes. But yeah, I can't just answer that. I can answer the other half, but as far as like the math part, I need more information. So let me read the rest of your comment. So he said, I'm trying to build my account. I was only doing 20.5 for the whole day of trading. Okay, so let me see here. Can you walk me through how do you do an entry for US30? Why I enter for longs, it suddenly goes short, and then when I do shorts, it flips again. That sounds like that you're either going against the flow of price, you're not waiting for confirmations. There's a few things that are coming, so I can't really. There's a few things that can cause that to happen. But you're talking about high enter longs for US30. I can actually, again, I got a video for that as well. I can answer your questions on the lives, but the videos will go a little bit more in depth and detail for that. But literally, I got another video dropping for US30. Well, yeah, I spoiled it, but I got a video dropping I was working on. That's going to drop later on today. But we can talk about that. So, because as you can see, we've been catching the longs this entire uptrend. So I can answer that question. We've been catching the buys on SPX and NAS100 as well. So I have a video breaking down one of these US30 buys as well. So I'm gonna drop that in the chat. But what you want to do is, like I talk about all the time, you want to go with the flow of price. So if we're in an uptrend, you only want to go for buys. If we're in a downtrend, you only want to look for sells. You want to enter buys off support, enter sells off resistance. You say you had $1,000 account. So that's not bad. You have $1,000 account. You made almost 3%. That's not bad. So I don't know if I dropped this video. I got a video. Let me go on my Instagram. Let me go on my Instagram. I don't know if I dropped this video yet. So I got a video that I'm dropping later on talking about this. But I don't know if I dropped it yesterday. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see really quick. Give me 1 second. I'm watching the video to see if I posted it. No, I didn't drop it yet. But you want to think percentage is not whole numbers. That's what fucks a lot of people up, right? Because again, a lot of people on YouTube in this trading space, they're marketers, they're salespeople. They're not really trying to give you relevant information. They're just like, look what I did. Look what I did. Look how much I made. That's why a lot of people get fucked up with, the mentality of, goal wise, but you made 3%, which is not bad in a day. Now, depending on what your risk reward is or how much you was risking, that's a whole different conversation. But you made like 2-3% off that trade, which is not bad. That's why I was asking what your account size is, because if it was like a 10K account and you only made $28, then we'd be like, okay, well, let's try to figure something out. But $28 on 1K account, it's not that bad. But again, it depends on how much you was risking, things like that. So you were saying, let me go through this again. You were saying, for week, well, you said we only made 28. Wait. Let's backtrack. So, okay. So was it 28 off one trade, or you just talking about 28 this entire week overall? Because if it was 28 this entire week, that's a whole different conversation. Now you're still up 3% for the week, but that's not week-wise. That's not too great, unless you're on like a funded account. So if that's the entire week, not just one trade, that's a completely different thing. So let me know. What's your favorite pair to trade? Right now, like SPX, well, it's always been gold. Gold is always gonna be. It's not really a pair, but gold and SPX. Those are my two right there. But as far as pairs, GJ, and I like the JPY pairs. I mean, we trade a lot of stuff, but I like the JPY pairs and the New Zealand pairs. We're talking about currency pairs. GU and EU is cool as well, but I like gold and SPX the most. I made my first $100 on gold way back in the day, so gold's always gonna have a special place in my heart. But yeah, we look at a bunch of different charts, because the beautiful thing about trading is once you can read one chart, you can read literally any chart, because they all work the same exact way. They all work the same exact way. So let's go to NAS100 and see how it's reacting to my level right here. Take a look here. I do not have an alert, so I need to put an alert on this. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Or you look at any charts, drop them in the chat. We're going to be on for a little bit longer. Yeah, they had to have changed this, because this is not what it was looking like yesterday. This shit's got me. Yeah, this thing is, I don't know what it is, but something's off with the alerts. I know I'm not tripping. Something is off with those alerts. I don't know what they did to it, but it's not looking like what it was looking like yesterday. All right, Ian still struggling to break that level. Nothing to do about that. EJ and GJ still going crazy. But yeah. So Moa, watch those videos I dropped. Those are gonna help you out. But let me see. 20 initial. I increased it up to 202 at one point, but then I enter something else, and I have a drawdowns, and then I have to build it up again. I had to build it back up twice for 800 region. Well, there's a few things. Like I said, I can only say so much and help you so much during the live stream. I do this a lot with some people during the one-on-one sessions and stuff like that. So this is kind of like a trailer, I guess, for one-on-one session. But basically, like I said, those 3 videos are going to help you out. But what you need to do is, like you just said, I'd be up, I increased up to 200 at one point, but then I enter something else and I have drawdowns and I have to build it up again. So again, if you're taking a winning trade and a one loss cancels out a win or more than one win, is your risk reward, and you're over leveraging and under leveraging. Like I was talking about at the beginning of the live stream, you want to risk the same amount every single trade, and you want to go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setups. So there's a few things going on. You could be counter trend trading, you could be trading off the wrong levels, you're failing to wait for confirmations, but then execution wise, now you're talking about the math part. You're making a lot of mistakes with the math part as well. So you got to have a 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 minimum risk reward setup at all times, and then on top of that, you have to risk the same amount every single trade. All right, and in this video, I go over how to count pips. But it sounds like you're doing a lot of mistakes right now, which is fine because you don't know what you don't know. But you're doing a lot of things wrong right now. So first thing you got to figure out, like how I tell people to go about trading is the first thing you want to focus on and get a full understanding of and have confidence in is the charts. You got to know how to read the charts because we make money and lose money based on what the charts do. So it's very important to understand what's going on at all times. When I'm looking at a chart, when I'm in a trade, I know what's going on at all times. I'm not just saying I'm being so serious. I know what's going on at all times. I'm never in a trade confused. Whenever I take a trade, I also have 100% confidence, no doubt in my mind that's going to go in my direction in my favor, which is why I was able to go to sleep in this EJ trade. And again, I didn't expect it to tank this much, but you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand how to read the charts, because if you know, there's literally only a few things price will ever do. There's certain rules that price follows, right? And again, I'm just going to keep dropping links because I have videos breaking down all the shit I'm talking about. So this video is going to break down how to identify the trend and trend reversals. So the first thing you got to get down is understand how to read the charts. When you understand how to read the charts, not only are you going to have a lot more confidence holding positions and taking positions, but you're going to understand fully what price is doing at all times, right? And the beautiful thing about trading, like I always say, once you get the basics down, it's literally rinse and repeat because price does the same stuff every single day. These are the only 3 cycles price is ever going to be in. I don't care what any other trader says. I don't care what any other YouTuber says. These are the only 3 cycles price is ever going to be in. So first, you got to understand how price works and how price moves. Price moves and pivots. Price moves and pivots, lows and highs, lows and highs, lows and highs. If we're in an uptrend or bullish, those are higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. If we're in a downtrend, make sure to hit the like button too, y'all, because this is shit I go over with the members. But this is just one of the perks of being in the live streams because, not everybody clicks that link. Not everybody watches the playback. So those that be watching the live streams, y'all just get those extra perks and benefits. But let's keep it pushing. So if we're in uptrend or bullish, those are higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. If we're in a downtrend or bearish, those are lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So if we're in a, and then, prices are always going to be going up or down. So that's what this cycle is. This is what people call consolidation, sideways market, ranging, levels of traffic, liquidity. It's all the same thing, just different names. So what you want to do before you take any trade is you want to identify the trend. And I go over this in those trade breakdowns. All my trade breakdowns, they start off the same way. You want to identify the trend. If we're in an uptrend, you only want to look for buys. If you're in a downtrend, you only want to look for sells. It doesn't matter if you think price can go down. If we're bullish, go for buys. It doesn't matter if you think price can go up. It doesn't matter if you think it can reverse. Until price breaks the cycle, go for sells in a downtrend, go for buys in the uptrend. When you do that, that's going to drastically decrease your losses and increase your wins. Enter buys off support, sells off resistance, right? But yeah, so that's the first part. You got to understand how to read the charts. Then the second part is you got to have a trading plan. You got to have a daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal. You got to know how many trades you're taking per day. You got to take the same amount of trades per day. You got to risk the same amount per trade. Then the third part is a simple math. You got to understand risk to reward, counting pips, calculating the lot size. And then when you have a full understanding of all three of those things, not only is it like almost damn near impossible to lose, but again, you will have a lot more confidence and a better understanding of trading, and you'll avoid making a lot of mistakes a lot of people make. Because think about most people, they watch a video of trading, it'd be their first week trading, and what do? They open up a live account and start taking trades, but you don't know what you're doing. So what do you think is going to happen? That's why a lot of people blow accounts, a lot of people fail, a lot of people end up quitting, because again, people just jump in the water without a floaty, and they've never swam before. You know what I'm saying? All the trading was from yesterday. So did you not trade Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday? I'm confused. Well, I think it's a good size. Again, there's no magic lot size. So you too, watch those videos I dropped in. Again, these links weren't just for MOA. These links are for everybody to watch. There's no magic lot size. There's no magic time frame. There's no magic candlestick. It's all depending on the setup you're looking for. And let me explain why. All right, let's say I take 3 trades. Let's say I take 3 trades. And my first trade is a 25 pip stop loss. My second trade is a 50 pip stop loss. And my third trade is a 100 pip stop loss. And let's say I take the same lot size for all 3 trades. So let's say I put a standard lot size for all 3 trades. And then let's say the worst case scenario happens and stop loss gets hit for all 3 trades. Am I going to lose the same amount on every single trade? No. I'm going to lose way more on the 50 pip stop loss trade than I did on the 25. And I'm going to lose way more on the 100 pip stop loss trade than I did on both the 25 and the 50. All right, Joe. The new 15 just started. Yeah, so yeah, it was on the charts, but nothing too crazy been going down. Still been watching indices, still been watching gold, still been watching New Zealand pairs. But again, we're just waiting for those confirmations. Members, you already know in a couple hours I'm gonna drop the New York price watch list for y'all. We do got a news event later on today at 8:30, and then of course tomorrow we got we also got an Italian holiday tomorrow as well. Make sure that first link in the description or the free signal for Telegram. If you're interested in the signal or mentorship, links are in the description for that. And you watch the last 3 minutes of literally any of my YouTube videos, not including my live streams. I go over the details of what all that stuff entails. I also went over it in this post that I dropped last night in the free signal. And again, you go to photos, there's over 1,000 photos of just screenshots of receipts, testimonials. This person wasn't even a member. I don't know if they're a member right now, but when they sent me the screenshot, they weren't a member. They were just making that, watching my videos and taking my free trades. And then, you know, this was another member. I don't know if this was a member either. Again, I'm going to let y'all know when they're members, but some people, like I said, everybody can message me. Some people just DM me. All right, so this person was like, after finding your page, I got motivated to get back into my trading plan. Boom, made 5 bands. Right, so now it's like, just put your head down and focus on your goal and improve. The results will come. It was like, I made this today just from listening to you and ignoring people who keep trying to put me down with negative comments. Now I'm back stronger than ever with my plan. Thank you, funded account. Right, so I honestly don't know, and I blacked out the picture, so I honestly don't know if I was a member. Right, but I can show you some that are for members and students in here. Obviously, this was from the group chat when we was taking some trades and stuff like that. Here's another person showing me some results. This is a bunch of stuff. I'm just going through it quick. So I don't really like going through all this stuff. I just leave it there for other people to look at. There was one of my members. This one I used to do one-on-one sessions with. I think this is the personal account. I'm not 100% sure with any 1,000. They dropped in the group chat that one. Yeah, so there's a bunch of student results and testimonials you'll see in here. Just scroll and explore. Yeah, if you guys want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram. Instagram is scrolling at the bottom of your screen, playmaker_way. Make sure to follow me on there as well as on TikTok. We post daily on both pages. And yeah, we're just gonna let EJ and GJ do their thing. I got my alerts on EN and GN, and then I'm watching NAS as well to see if it's gonna break that level. But we're just patiently waiting because we don't chase trades, we don't force trades, we don't try to beat price to the chase. We just wait for price to show us what it's going to do. Price is always giving us hints. Price is always showing us what it's trying to do. We just gotta know what we're looking at. Oh, thanks for the explanation. Is what I needed. I think I was being random for today. Do you think anything will happen out of North and 30, etc.? Some news from out today. I went over US30, but I wouldn't say anything out the norm. Um, like I said, we could see possible reversals or a downtrend come into play, depending on what happens today and tomorrow. I wouldn't say anything out of the norm. We do have news though at 8:30 EST today. All right, y'all, and we're gonna be back at it tomorrow, London session, 3 a.m. EST.